Hey there friends, thanks for checking in. I'm making this video because so many people overestimate the power and the effects of a handgun shot. Too many people get this impression, maybe it's from Hollywood, the movies they see that somebody gets shot, they fall down and they drop dead or they lay there, they're out of the picture, and that is simply not the case. I spoke with an emergency room doctor and I asked him, I said, hey, if they make it to the emergency room, how many people actually die? He said, if they make it to the hospital, 100% in his experience, he said, walk out of there fully recovered. 100%. He said nobody has ever died. If they die on the field, then that's one thing. If they bleed out. Now, we have seen situations where people have been shot, it hit a vital organ, they bled out, and they died. But if they can make it to the hospital, which is most of the cases, then they have 100% recovery. That's quite telling right there. And yet we see people that talk about defense, they want to use the bare minimum size gun, the bare minimum caliber. They want to scare people. They say, well, if I just, point my gun, they'll run away. And although that does happen, not always. There are a lot of crazy maniacs out there who will continue to pursue if they have something on their mind, whether it's drugs, rape, money, cash, home invasion, whatever the case. If they are determined and they are drugged up, they will continue to pursue. They're not going to be scared by somebody racking their shotgun as their number one plan. If I just rack the shotgun, they'll take off. Well, good luck with that. What if you run into a guy like this? Which brings me to this story. Now, I was reading in Jackson, Michigan, of a 77-year-old man who was living by himself. He got a knock at the door, which was normal. The neighbor usually checked up on him. Happened about 9 o'clock at night. And he goes to open the door, and some young 37-year-old guy named Irving kicks open the door. He backs up, and he has what is reported as a military-style knife. Could be a steak knife, whatever the case. But he entered the property illegally, and he was armed with a knife, demanding money, cash, jewels, whatever the senior citizen had. The guy was rather smart. He said, I've got it over there in my recliner. He walks over to his recliner, pulls out a .380 ACP handgun, points it at the guy and says, leave now. The guy pursues him. Okay, he has a gun pointed at him, and the guy comes at him with the knife. The 77-year-old man fires, hits him in the abdomen. It's later revealed that it exited out, did not hit a vital organ. The guy continues to pursue. The older gentleman starts freaking out. He begins to shooting, but he doesn't hit any shots except for one. He hit the guy in the hand. Meanwhile, the Irving, the 37-year-old idiot, grabs the guy's gun, has him on the ground, starts beating him with the gun, eventually walks out of there with $170 cash. 5 days later, he's in the hospital. 5 days later, okay, after being shot with a .380 in the abdomen and in the hand, he lives. 5 days later, goes to the hospital. The people at the hospital call the police. They say, this doesn't look right. Something's going on here. They arrest him right there and then. They said, well, what'd you do with the money? He went to buy drugs. He sold the gun that he stole from the guy, and he used that toward more drugs. Now, that is the type of person we need to prepare for. Okay? We can't expect to have a gun pointed at somebody and they're going to, oh, okay, I'll leave. Although that does happen, we can't prepare for that. You have to prepare for the worst case scenario. Somebody who's drugged up. Somebody who takes a shot and boom, it feels like nothing more than that right there. Because they're drugged up, okay? That's the type of person. You say, well, you're just being paranoid, dude. Why do you have to be that way, Not everybody's like that. We have to understand that people who are determined to take your stuff, to take your family, to walk out of there with whatever it is, that if they are drugged up, your threat of a shotgun rack or a point of the gun may not be enough. And chances are, it probably won't kill them. This guy lasted 5 days. So let's understand, Hollywood is a horrible firearms instructor. We need training. We need to try to stay calm in that situation. Double tap and continue to fire until the threat has been eliminated. That way, some guy's not going to take your money, he's not going to take your gun, and you will survive the situation. Always training, though. Always training with a mindset that, hey, you know what? They may not run. They may continue to pursue, which is the thing the older gentleman said. He said, I couldn't believe it. This guy just kept coming. And that is the reality of home invasions and other crimes. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.